Hello everybody, it's ID1 here in today's video. I'm going to do a talk about a topic today. I'm going to talk about the Batman movie, which I went and seen yesterday in theaters. For those of you that have not seen the movie, I'm not going to show too many spoilers, but if I do, this probably isn't the video for you to watch, so you probably should go to the theaters and watch this movie. But I'm going to give my opinions and my reviews of what I thought about the movie and what I'd like to see in the future. Um, First, I would like to say that I thought Pattinson did a great job. I think he surprised a lot of people because I know when he first was signed on to Batman, I know a lot of people's minds were like, "What are they thinking? Are they out of their mind or what?" And I guess it's just one of those things where it's like pretty much see for yourself. Um, but after watching it, I really enjoyed the thriller in this movie, which is something that I know a lot of us have been wanting for a Batman movie for quite a long time. And they gave us just that. Now, I thought the villains in the movie were great. The Riddler was. I don't think I've ever seen a Riddler like that before. Um, go that being that psychotic. Now, I'm sure there's some comics where he's gone far, but I don't think we've ever seen that in live action before. I think how his character was, I think he did very well. Gave us something totally different though, but in a way it worked. Um, but I thought the villains that they had for this movie were like the Riddler, Penguin, and Carmine Falcone, which is the big crime boss who's caused a lot of who's been caused a lot of chaos throughout Gotham, throughout the city and stuff. Even though he's not the big, there's another group which I'll get to that later in a minute. But he's been that one that pays off all these criminals to do all this type of crime, all this crime all over Gotham. Um, but I thought it was kind of cool having him in this. Um, I actually kind of liked how they had, three villains in this one movie, and they each gave them, a little bit of scene of everything for the most part of between these three characters. Um, but I just like to say that um, I thought Colin Farrell did a good job playing um, Penguin. They kind of fattened him up a little bit, but I think what they did was I think they used a lot of makeup and a lot of different what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with a P. I'm guessing they used a lot of prosthetics on Colin Farrell to play the Penguin and stuff. Um, which I don't know if that was like the only way that they can do that, but overall, I thought he did very well against the Penguin, playing Penguin. Um, Now that he's going to be taking over, now that he's kind of filled in Carmine Falcone's spot, now that he's gone, it's kind of I'm kind of wondering where his story is going to go on then because I know he's not done. Um, but I really enjoyed Colin Farrell's Penguin. A lot of people didn't even know that Colin Farrell was the Penguin. They didn't recognize him, which was kind of. Um, but the way that that Matt Reeves transformed these villains, especially the Riddler, makes me kind of wonder what other villains he can do in the future. Because if he can actually do some things like that, I think we're going to be in a bit of a treat for this new Batman franchise. For the most part, from what I'm guessing, out of what I've watched, it's like Matt Reeves is aiming kind of like a horror thriller type Batman series here, which I'm sure in the future there are some villains they can do, and if he does kind of make them kind of terrifying in a way, characters like Scarecrow and um, characters like Scarecrow and they mentioned characters like Scarecrow even or Killer Croc would actually be a pretty cool. I like to see them do something a little bit different with Killer Croc, even though we've only gotten him in like Suicide Squad. I really want to see them adapt him in something else and stuff. I would like to see him. I like to see Matt Reeves do something with Killer Croc. I think that'd be cool. Um, One villain though I would like to see if they're doing a thriller like horror like Batman franchise. I know not very. I say he's a lesser known villain, but I don't know for sure. I'm probably wrong, but couple of villains that were in this one that are one that's lesser known. Um, it's kind of teased, but I'm sure he's around, and I'm pretty sure they could probably use something. But I guess this villain goes. There's a villain that they talked about called that there's a villain that's mentioned called the Rat Catcher, which is a villain that can kind of basically control and train and tell these rats what to do and stuff like that. So it's kind of interesting. And from what I was told, he's kind of horrifying just a little bit on how he has all these rats. Um, but another character that came to mind, if we're doing a horror thriller Batman like route, I would like to see Matt Reeves do something with Professor Pig. That dude is terrifying. The way he does people, the way he just surgically operates and tortures people, like it's just horrible. But I like to see him do something with that. But overall, I can't wait to see what they do with the sequel. I did like the Joker tease, the little Joker sneak they gave us towards the end of that movie, which I like. Which I guess what's his name from the Eternals is going to be playing Joker. Um, some Barry something. I can't think of his last name. Post in the comment section below. Let me know what his last name is because I don't remember. But they kind of gave us a little bit of a glimpse, but we didn't quite see him at fully as the Joker. But you could tell it's kind of in the works. And whenever he gave us the laugh, it was like. So I can't wait to see how he turns out as the Joker. I think that's gonna be interesting. Overall, this was actually a pretty good movie. I thought the Catwoman was pretty good in the movie too. Her character seemed. I thought her character felt like comic accurate. It felt like it was anyway. But overall, her character was very good too. Very, very good. How they did her story and her character art. Her character. Andy Serkis, who's playing Alfred, I think he does okay. I just don't think he's like the best Alfred. But I'm pretty sure once we get when we get a sequel, hopefully they kind of because I just don't think he was that interesting in the movie. And it's been a while since I don't think we've ever had an Alfred where we didn't like. Because I know there's a ton of Alfreds that some people actually like and such. I don't think anything is ever going to be as good as the original Alfred from the Michael Keaton and Forever and Batman and Robin one, which was like the the OG Alfred, the one that a lot of people know. But another Alfred, I think a lot of people did kind of like. I thought Michael Caine did actually pretty good Alfred. I felt like, but overall, I just don't know. I think we'd have to sit another round with Andy Serkis on Alfred, but overall, he did okay. Now they did kind of mention, a couple of teases of like villains that could be coming in the future. Like they teased a Hush Easter egg, which I imagine the Hush villain will be probably showing up in that universe at some point, which will be exciting. Another thing that they've been kind of throwing out there that will probably rise from the shadows is the Court of Owls, which is the big shoe of how horrible Gotham is right now. I think it'll be pretty interesting when they bring Talon in and work with that. And from the Court of Owls, they don't mess around. But I just can't wait to see what they do with that and stuff. And then they did hint about Mr. Freeze. Now, if they can do what they did with Riddler, making him the way he was, I would love to see what Matt Reeves does with these other villains, such as like Mr. Freeze. I think it'd be pretty cool if they gave us like a whole different Mr. Freeze that we've never seen before. I would like to see what they do with that. And I'm kind of on the same boat with Joker here. I really want to see a different side of Joker that we've never seen before, but also menacing. And with this actor they have for it, I hope he delivers that. I'm trying to think of some other things too. Not much to tell actually, but overall, if this movie was very good. If you haven't seen this movie, go see it whenever you can. I highly recommend it. I just can't wait for a sequel. Even though I've kind of heard that they've done productions for a sequel, even though the first movie is still in theaters, and it's only been a couple days over here since it's been in the theaters. So, and they're already on productions with the sequel. So, it's kind of cool that they're working on some things. Overall, I enjoyed it. Post a comment section below and tell me what you guys would like to see for the Batman future and stuff. What villains you'd like to see, and hopefully see how those turn out. I'm really for anybody. I really want to see. I really would like to see. I think it'd be kind of cool to see Joker and Riddler kind of team up as a villain and stuff, because it kind of seemed like they could do that in the future with that little scene. So I like to see how that turns out if that actually does happen. Post a comment section below. If you'd like to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. As always, I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.